So an update for my outboard. I finally got to do a field test with the motor to see how it went with that new cheap Chinese carburetor on it, my $40 carburetor. I gave it a tank test for about 5-6 minutes the other day. I'm just on my way home from Myall Lakes. I went up yesterday morning and I'm just coming back today. It started up first crack. It idled straight away, didn't need to be warmed up, and it ran really nicely. It ran really well under load. I ran it all up about an hour over the last yesterday and today. I fired it up yesterday afternoon to run the fuel out of the carburetor, and she fired straight up again. Ran nicely until she ran out of fuel. And then this morning, I took off early this morning, and she just fired up the first go, ran beautifully, no issues, no hassle. So it's only an hour that I've run it, but so far it's working really well under real conditions. So that's just a bit of an update for the outboard. Sweet. Well, it's a couple of days later. I've just finished packing up the boat, and I've just run the fuel out of the motor. And I have to say, I'm really happy with how the motor's running. That cheap knockoff $40 carburetor is working really sweetly. Cleaning out the tank and changing the fuel lines so far seems to have fixed the problem, but it's only early days yet. We'll see how we go with that one. The boat is going to get used in about another 6 to 7 weeks time, probably not in between that. We have our state national titles up at Wangi, which is Lake Macquarie north of Sydney here, and I'll be heading up there at the end of February for that weekend. So this was actually a really good weekend to try everything out on the boat before I go up and stay on board for a couple of nights. A lot of room for improvement. I got the boat all put back together how it should be in a state that I'm happy with, and I'd like to try and keep that not just for day sailing in that state, but also for camping on board. So that's my next project for the next 6 to 7 weeks, of how I can organise the boat better for that. And that should be a good weekend as well to get some nice sailing footage as well, so of other careers and my one. Anyway, we'll see how we go with that, and hopefully we'll be getting up there very soon.